Throw it down, big man.
Welcome everybody back to the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. I am back, you guys. Of course, you guys, you know I have my two other podcasts I got going on. I got the KG Football Show with my boy, my brother, Kevin Covington. We're doing amazing things, talking all things college football. And of course, the XO Football Lounge with my girl, Raven Moore, talking all things NFL. We got those two podcasts going, but I had to bring my baby. I had to come back and give you my amazing podcast that I started almost a year ago to this day almost. I had to bring it back to the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast and let you guys know thank you so much for showing love to both of these all three of these podcasts now. But I have a special announcement I want to tell you guys, and also give you like a little send-off, a little MLB preview. The playoffs have started. The wild card series have started today. So I'm going to preview that for all you baseball fans out there, and also give you a special announcement. But before I start, you guys, of course, please subscribe to this amazing podcast on my YouTube channel, GR Production. Throw It Down Big Fella. You can follow this podcast, like I just aforementioned, the XO Football Lounge and the KG Football Show. Show love to all three of these podcasts and just continue to be on this amazing journey with me. God has blessed me in so many ways. A lot of transition going on in my life right now, but thank you to you guys for your amazing viewership. Subscription is very needed in this podcast game, but thank you so much. God has been so good to me and my family. But please subscribe to my podcast, GR Productions YouTube channel, Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing ride, you guys. I have had so many great episodes, so many great guests have blessed this platform, and now I'm transitioning now. It's not just going to be your boy, Greg Rufus here doing the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. I'm here to announce that I will have a running mate with me, a co-host on the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. He is no stranger. He's been on this podcast several times, and we're going to actually just focus on basketball, NBA, all throughout the playoffs, and of course college basketball that's right around the corner. But without further ado, I have another co-host that will be joining me on the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast, the one and only Michael Miles. He will be my co-host through the entirety of the NBA season in college basketball. So you're going to see all things basketball with me and my brother Michael Miles. I'm just so excited because Michael Miles knows sports. He knows a lot about stuff, a lot about sports, all sports. You know, he's just very educational in what he brings. But I'm just excited because he loves basketball. Me and both love basketball. So we're going to talk all things basketball. I have a fantasy basketball league. We're going to definitely talk about that. But of course, it starts next week. Our adventure as co-hosts, me and Michael Miles, we're going to do all things basketball. Start off with storylines, do over and unders. Just get you ready for the basketball season because preseason starts next week or right around the corner. They've had media days going on, etc. So it's going to be fun. Doing all things basketball with the one and only Michael Miles as my co-host. So you please check that out. Throw It Down Big Fella podcast is still going to be around. It's just going to be a co-host. It's going to be a team thing between me and Michael. So it's going to be really fun to experience this ride with him on this basketball season. We'll also have special guests along the way as well. So your boy is really busy, covering college football, NFL, and now basketball is coming, and college basketball coming. So stay tuned for the amazing content that will be presented on the Throw It Down Big Fella. So, as I aforementioned, this episode right here is just me, your boy, one and only. But I'm going to talk about the MLB playoffs, you guys. It's here. The playoffs have started today as I'm recording this. The wild card series have started. I'm going to break down what the AL and the NL and give you my picks throughout the entirety of the playoffs. So it should be fun. So we start off with the AL. So it starts today. There are 4 games, AL and NL wild card series. The first one, AL, the Detroit Tigers play the Cleveland Guardians, and Detroit kind of slipped. You know, it was a good year. They stumbled their way into the postseason, but they're here. The Cleveland Guardians have, you know, of course, they're always here as well. So AL Central rivalries going at it on the wild card surfaces. So I'm gonna give you my prediction of the series. I think it's gonna go down. It's best out of 2. So the first team to 2 wins. There's only 3 games. Best out of 2 wins. So it's a new format that came out in the postseason. So to bring some excitement, you know, because baseball, I'm not gonna lie, like it's there. It's exciting for all the old school people that love it. I get it, but they wanted to add a little wrinkle, you know, the pitch count and adding several two new teams into the playoffs. So it should be fun. It should be fun, and I'm excited for it. But as for this series in particular, Detroit and Cleveland, I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Guardians. I just love their hitting. I love Ramirez. He's so fiery of a guy. I like what I see from Cleveland Guardians. They stand 10 toes down. They don't fold. So I'm excited to see this matchup. So pitching tonight, starting off for the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Guardians, you have pitching for the Detroit Tigers, Tariq Snubble. He's pitching for the Detroit Tigers. And for the Cleveland Guardians, you have Galvin Williams. Not really familiar with both of these guys, but as I mentioned, I mean, I love me some Jose Ramirez. I love me. This guy brings so much to the table. He's the internal beat drum for this Cleveland Guardians team. So I'm going to ride with Cleveland. I think Cleveland takes care of this at home. It's just very difficult when you have home field in the postseason and you have all 3 of them are going to be at home. So if it goes to a decisive game 3, but I'm going to roll with the Cleveland Guardians to win not only really just this game in general, but to win the entire series. So I'm going with them. Quickly, the next one, Yankees and Red Sox. What more can you say? What more can you say, Yankees, Red Sox? The epitome of baseball immortality. I love it so much. New York Yankees, you already know how they are. You know, they're the evil empire, Aaron Judge doing his thing. One of the Red Sox pitchers talking smack. Be completely honest with you, I know the Yankees were up and down all year. The Toronto Blue Jays won the AL East. I get all that. I'm riding, and it's unfortunate to say, but shout out to my Uncle Tookie. Loves the Yankees. And I'm going to tell him about this. I'm riding with the Yankees. I believe the Yankees will take care of business and win this AL wild card. Like I said, the 3 are at home in New York. There's no way I see Boston getting it done. I just don't see it. So I'm riding with the Yankees to win this series and to move on to play the Toronto Blue Jays next in the AL Divisional Series. But I have the Yankees winning, and I have the Cleveland Guardians defeating Detroit to get into the to play. Okay, they play Toronto. I'm sorry, they don't play Toronto. They play. It just slipped my tongue. I'm so sorry, you guys. It slipped. They play the Seattle Mariners, which I'm gonna get into later on. Who I think will win those series. But yeah, the Guardians will play the Seattle Mariners, and the New York Yankees will play the Toronto Blue Jays. So that's my AL pick. So let me now tell you about my NL picks coming up. All right, you guys, let me break down the National League side of things. Of course, the NL wild card starts, and it starts off in the NL wild card, like I mentioned, it's the San Diego Padres and the Chicago Cubs. Chicago Cubs are back in the postseason, you guys. It has been a very long time since the Chicago Cubs have been back, since 2017, and they're hosting the San Diego Padres with Manny Machado and all those bats they have over there in San Diego. It's going to be a really good series. Now, the thing about the San Diego Padres is they struggle on the road. They're great at home, the San Diego are. When they get on the road, Jekyll and Hyde type of thing. But the Chicago Cubs, they are back. They have a new ensemble, new swag about the Chicago Cubs that I'm feeling. And I like what I'm seeing from Chicago. Great organization. However, I understand, I just got done saying the Padres are like Jekyll and Hyde on the road, the home and the road thing. I think the Padres win this series though. I just somehow, some way, I just think when it comes to Chicago Cubs, especially the Cubs, I know they got the monkey off the back years ago with winning the World Series since 1908. I get all that. But man, there is something, it's postseason. The Padres have been there, done that. Their backs against the wall. Like as aforementioned, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, all of them. I'm rolling with the Padres to win, and this will be an upset. But I'm taking the Padres to win this wild card series. Like I said, they got to do it on the road. They got to get it off their system. They have to win on the road, especially against Wrigley Field. You know, Wrigley Field is legendary. Baseball stadium as they come. Them, Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, etc. I'm rolling with the Padres, though, in a very shocking manner. Do I want Chicago Cubs to win? Of course I do. I just think you've been there. You haven't been there in a very long time. All the pressure's against you to win. It's Chicago. They expect to win. They expect to do great things in the city of Chicago. As aforementioned, though, I'm taking the Padres to win. I'm sorry to all my Cubby fans and out there all over the world, but I'm taking the Padres. Been there, done that. Been through the playoff adversity. I'm taking the Padres to beat the Cubs in the wild card series. The next one is the Cincinnati Reds. The Cincinnati Reds crashed the party after the New York Mets just flat out choked. The New York Mets, of course, with the big signing of Juan Soto and several other key players they've had, spent a lot of money, the New York Mets, to really get to the playoffs and roll, and they just didn't do it. They were hot in June, and everybody's like, oh, Juan Soto, could he be an MVP candidate, yada, yada, yada. It never happened. It never happened. They faltered away, and it ended. It was very just sad. I mean, the Marlins eliminated them from the playoffs, sent them home, and now the Cincinnati Reds, as great as signing they are, Ella De La Cruz, he's an exciting player to watch, one of the future bright stars of the league. It's great that Cincinnati's there, but man, the Mets found a way to fold, and that would be a crazy to take Pete Alonso, one of the great Mets hitters and players of all time. He is entering free agency, so it's interesting to see what the Mets do in the future following their collapse, and not just a collapse and not even get to the playoffs. But however, the Cincinnati Reds are in. And they're playing the world defending champion LA Dodgers. What more can you say? Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. What more can you say? I mean, that's not already been said. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Reds, Dodgers, in the NL side. Reds, Dodgers, and Padres and Cubs. The pitchers for the Padres and Cubs, and I'm going to look it up now here. Starting pitcher will be for the Padres will be Nick Pavella, and for the Cubs it will be Matthew Boyd. So that will be the today's matchup. And for the Reds and for the Dodgers, I know for a fact for the Dodgers it will be Blake Snell. Blake Snell has been pretty good all year. And for the Cincinnati Reds, it will be Hunter Green. So for today's matchup. But yeah, I got the Dodgers winning against the Reds. No disrespect to the Reds. Great organization. They found a way into the postseason. But I think the clock strikes midnight, and I believe the Dodgers will go on and win, and they will play the Phillies next, and that's going to be so exciting. And the Padres will take on the Brew Crew, the Brewers, down there in Milwaukee. So it's going to be very exciting how this all plays out. So for the AL and NLDS. Like I mentioned, ALDS, I had Yankees will play the Toronto Blue Jays, and what was the other one? Cleveland will play the Seattle Mariners. And for those two series, comes down simple to me. I will take the Yankees to beat the Toronto Blue Jays, and I will take the Seattle Mariners to beat the Cleveland Guardians. Look at the Seattle Mariners, you guys. It has been forever and a day that Seattle has been back in the postseason. Since 2001, they won the division, but it's amazing that they're back here. They're just so amazing to watch down there in Seattle. They deserve a championship so bad. But it will be in the ALCS. It will be Yankees and Mariners. And I hate to say it, I love Seattle. I think Seattle's a great city that I would love to visit one day down there in Seattle. But I gotta go with the Yankees, man. I gotta go with the Yankees. I think Aaron Judge is on a mission this year. I think he's gonna be one of the key players, if not the best player, down there. I love Cal Raleigh, the Big Dumper nickname they call him down in Seattle. I love him. He's a great player. The nickname kind of, I don't know. But, Big Dumper is pretty, it can be cool and it can't be cool. I don't know. But it's a unique nickname to give one player. He has 60 home runs this year. So I hate to do it to him. I hate to do it to that great city of Seattle, but I'm going with the Yankees to go back to the World Series. And for the NLDS, you will be the Dodgers will take on the Phillies. In that matchup, I'm gonna take the Dodgers. I'm gonna take the Dodgers over the Phillies. I know they have Bryce Harper. I know they just got heavy machinery down there for the Phillies, but I'm taking the Dodgers to beat them in a classic series. I'm taking the Dodgers to win. Showing a little bias there because I'm a Dodgers fan, but I'm taking the Dodgers to beat the Phillies, and then finally the Padres will take on the Brewers. I have the Padres beating the Brewers. Again, great city of Milwaukee, great fan base there, but I'm taking the Padres to beat the Brewers, which sets up the NLCS. Padres, Dodgers, love-hate, love-love. There was a lot of bigotry going on this year between them. There was like an almost fight that happened, etc., yada, yada. I'm going with the Dodgers to go back to the World Series, and over the Padres, like I said, both of them great. I respect both. I respect the Padres a lot, but I'm going with the Dodgers there to beat the Padres, which sets up the World Series. And why not? Why not have a repeat of the World Series last year? Yankees, Dodgers. So much great theater went on there last year. Yankees and Dodgers. World Series again. Why not have a repeat of this? And here is my prediction of the World Series. I hate to do this. But I think the Yankees get their revenge. I think the Yankees beat the Dodgers, and I just think these two teams, Yankees, Dodgers, I think it just sets up great theater for the next 5-6 years. Like just as for mentioned, Aaron Judge, like cream of the cream, best of the best, Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, man, I'm going with the Yankees. I think the Yankees will win, but I want the Dodgers to win. So don't get it twisted, you guys. I'm a Dodgers fan. Love them since Jackie Robinson days, etc. I want the Dodgers to win, but I just think the Yankees are prime mission, especially after the Juan Soto debacle that went on. So I think the Yankees beat the Dodgers in another classic World Series. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. World Baseball playoff prediction. Who do you think will win the World Series? Do you believe in me? Do you think the Yankees will beat the Dodgers again? Let me know what you guys think. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this baseball preview, playoff edition preview. Like I mentioned, tune in next week, you guys, for the start of another era of Throw It Down Big Fella Podcast with me and my boy Michael Miles as we tackle all things NBA all season long, maybe all off season long, but it will be strictly basketball from here on out. Throw It Down Big Fella. And the crazy part is it's like my 100th episode of Throw It Down Big Fella. I believe will be my 100th episode of Throw It Down Big Fella, or close to it. But you guys, thank you so much for this amazing ride, and continue to please show love to the KG Football Show with my boy Kevin Covington, and the XO Football Lounge with my girl Raven Moore. and now the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast with me and my boy Michael Miles. Tell everybody about all three of these podcasts, you guys. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Throw It Down, GR Production, Throw It Down Big Fella. I will see you guys next time, probably Saturday, to do all things college football and have to talk about Alabama. I gotta talk about them. Unfortunately, I have to hear from my boy Kevin Cupson. But you stay tuned for that Saturday, Sunday, all throughout this amazing season, you guys. For your boy Greg Rufus. Peace out.
Throw it down, big man.